requires commitment, dedication, and hard work. The 7 teams who have made it to this provincial championship tournament have all shown those qualities. For an event like this to be possible requires the support of community sponsors. We extend our sincere gratitude to Casco Construction and Supplement Kings, our title sponsors, for helping to make this weekend possible. Thank you also to Mike Denton's Hockey Academy, Lifemark, Sobeys Wholesale, White's Custom Cresting, Iron Maple Constructors, Carvery Construction, PCL, A49s, Nova Truck Centers, H&A Landscaping, Big 8, Reciprocore, Eastern Signs, James Higgs Real Estate, Dexter Construction, Armco Capital, High Button Sports, Excel Health and Sport Performance Centers, and Bromark Printing for your help. I now draw your attention to center ice, and we ask you to embrace Remy Fillmore as he welcomes the participating teams to the ice. Thank you, Remy. That's a hard act to follow. And now we want to welcome the teams to the ice for the Nova Scotia U15 Provincial Championships. Led to the ice by Mikey from Tantallon, Gulls Hockey. Brought in by Ethan from New Glasgow, the World Bombers. Accompanied by Nelly from Antigonish, the Noahs. The Halifax Wolverines. With Cameron from Bedford, the Martello Red Bandits. From James, from East Hants, the Rangers. And then from Mackenzie, from Dartmouth, your host team, the Dartmouth Whalers. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our honored guests for tonight. Premier Tim Houston. Todd Watson, President of the Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League. Mike Creek, CEO of Special Olympics Nova Scotia. And John McDonald, Director of Business Development and Marketing for Special Olympics Nova Scotia. We acknowledge that the Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League Provincial Championships are taking place on the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people, known as Mi'kwagi. We recognize that the Mi'kmaq, as the past, present, and future caretakers of this land, governed by the peace and friendship treaties. Hockey is a sport that brings communities together, fostering teamwork, respect, and perseverance. Values that align with the Mi'kmaq teachings of interconnectedness and strength through unity. As we celebrate the talent, dedication, and sportsmanship of these young athletes, we also take a moment to honor the rich culture, history, and contributions of the Mi'kmaq people. We are grateful to play and gather on this land, and we commit to continued learning, respect, and reconciliation. Born in Halifax, Premier Houston grew up in a military family, moving across Canada before returning to Nova Scotia for his father's retirement posting. Premier Houston's passion for Nova Scotia and its people, and the discussions in hockey rinks, sparked his interest in politics and public service. Please join me in welcoming Premier Tim Houston.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for that. What an incredible weekend this is to be here playing for a provincial championship. Congratulations to all the players. Just enjoy this weekend, this time that you have with your teammates, spending time at the rink playing the game. We all love it. These are incredible, incredible memories. So best of luck to all the players, to all your support network up there, your family, and everyone who helps you get to the rink and supports you. Thank you to each of them. They put a lot of time and effort into you as well. Maybe we can give a little stick tap for our family. And a weekend like this doesn't just happen. The hours and hours and months of planning by the volunteers to make this all happen. Incredible amount of effort goes into this. So Heather and the full team, thank you. Thank you for you. On behalf of the province, I just want to wish everyone the very best of luck. Very best of luck this weekend. Have fun, and may the best team come out on top. Thanks, everyone. Good luck.
It is now time for us to take a moment and recognize some individuals who stood out this season. These awards, however, are not simply about individual achievement, but about the respect and recognition of the league coaches who have nominated and voted on these prestigious awards, making them a celebration of excellence, dedication, and sportsmanship at the highest level of competition. Presenting our awards will be Premier Tim Houston and Todd Watson, President of the Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League. We ask the players, as their names are called, to please come forward, accept their awards, and remain for a group photo. Named to the Rookie All-Star Team, goaltender Landon Rogerson from the Gulls. On defense, also from the Gulls, Shay Ruiz. Defense, Marshall Hayes. At forward from the Rangers, Liam DeFore. At forward from the Novas, Bill Robert. At forward, from the Novas, Lincoln McDonald. Ladies and gentlemen, your Rookie All-Star Team. And now, the first All-Star Team. In goal, from the Novas, Dylan Marquette. On defense, from the Valley Wildcats, Tripp Greeno. On defense, from the Novas, Oliver McMullen. At forward, from the Werewolf Bombers, Colin Little. At forward, from the Gulls, Grayson Sears. Forward from the Halifax Wolverines, Jeff Shearer. Ladies and gentlemen, your first team All-Stars. Voted as top forward for the league. From the Gulls, Bowen Cranston. Voted as top defenseman from the Rebel Bombers, Connor Grace. Your top goaltender from the Rangers, Mason McKinnon. And the league's top scorer from the Gulls, Bowen Cranston. Ladies and gentlemen, your 25-26 League Awards. And now we have a very special presentation. At this time, we call on Todd Watson, President of the Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League, Mike Greek, CEO of Special Olympics Nova Scotia, John McDonald, Director of Business Development and Marketing for Special Olympics Nova Scotia, along with some of their athletes, to come forward for a special check presentation. Over the past 4 years, this league has adopted the Special Olympics Nova Scotia organization. During the year, each team hosts an event to engage members of the Special Olympics for off-ice activities and to raise funds for their organization. We express our thanks to the many coaches, players, parents, and teams involved in this partnership. It gives us great pleasure to present a check this year to Special Olympics Nova Scotia for a total of over $123,000. While this financial contribution is great, the life lessons learned are even greater and will last a lifetime. And now, to officially open the 2026 Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League Provincial Championship, We ask the captains of the Halifax Wolverines and Dartmouth Whalers to come forward and join Mike Brink, CEO of Special Olympics Nova Scotia, and John McDonald, Director of Business Development and Marketing for Special Olympics Nova Scotia, for the ceremonial puck drop. At this time, we'd ask you to please rise if you're able and remove your caps as we welcome back to the ice Remy Fillmore for the playing of our national anthem. Before we let everyone go, we need to take a moment to thank our U11 guides for the teams, as well as Remy Fillmore. Your participation has been truly special, and we thank you for helping to make this ceremony so memorable. And with that, let the games begin.
Alrighty, folks. They will have a quick warm-up here, and then I believe a flood as they clean up the mats on the far side, and then we will be underway. A little bit of a delay here to start this one. Actually, no, we'll be right on time, hopefully. Starting at 7 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in here on High Button Sports. We'll be back for the start of this game in about 20 minutes' time. Good evening, hockey. Welcome inside the Zatzman Sportsplex in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, as we get set for some U15 provincial action here on High Button Sports. I'm Logan Crothers. Thanks for tuning in. So we're moments away from puck drop. A little bit of a delay to the 6:30 start due to opening ceremonies, but a good one it was, as the Halifax Wolverines finished the regular season in 4th place. They come into this one with no games played here so far. Dartmouth played one earlier against the top-seeded Gulls Hockey Club, as they lost a close one 5-4, but it was a 4-3 game with an empty net goal to make it 5-3. They'll skip O Canada, or no, they won't. Looked like they were going to, but they won't, so we'll do a quick O Canada, and then we will be underway here in the Zatzman Sportsplex. Well, O Canada done, and one thing left to do is shake the coach's hands, and we'll be underway here in a few moments. I'd like to thank you once again for tuning in here. Last game of the night for us here in the Zatzman Sportsplex. It's going to be the host squad and the 4th place Wolverines, who knocked off the Western Hurricanes by 2 overtime winners to clinch their spot here this weekend, as the Dartmouth Whalers lost their matchup in the playoffs, but the host team is automatically in, as they had a good performance just coming up shy against the Gulls. 15 minutes on the clock and we're underway. Here's Conlon, the captain for the Wolverines, will work that puck in deep. Turned over down low. Taylor looks to work it out. Was unable to. Conlon on the turnover. Down low. Shear trying to work that out. He was named to the first team All-Star team in the opening ceremonies. Was the rookie Jack Shears. A centering pass intercepted. The Whalers look to get it out. They will, as that puck bounced over the stick of Wayne. He'll go back and allow Sim to regroup behind the goal line. Ryan Sim, he'll get his feet moving up ice. That pass just out of the reach, and the Whalers control inside their own zone. That's Norton Connors working it up all the way down. I'll go past the intended target in Callum McDonald, who had a big game in game 1 against the Gulls. He had a goal and an assist, 2 points, tying his season best with a goal and an assist on the year. He had that much in the game 1 here, so good start for number 2 for the host team at this provincials. Coming up short, though, they look to rebound here in the second game. Here's Sim working it down low, trying to center. Sim with the shot. Here's a chance, as that'll get a good opportunity to lead into the starting goaltender introductions in between the pipes for the Halifax Wolverines. Wearing a number 31, Riley Green has a 2-0 record in the postseason, as he gets the start here. 200 feet from him, Gordy Burke this year had a 2-13 record, goals against average of .609 and a save percentage of .852. Now here's a break. Harple down the wing. He looks back door, and that pass just out of the reach of the intended target. In Parker. Worked back down low by the Wolverines. Parker finishing his check. That'll separate the puck from the man. Up to the point. Berger shot there. That goes off the side of the net to the half wall. McKay will cycle that down low. McDonald in there supporting his man. That's worked up to the half wall. Centered, almost turned over. The Wolverines hot on the forecheck here. McDonald faked the dump in. He'll work it in himself. That'll be onside as the Whalers get that puck in. Andy Chip will go give chase. Play to the far side. Harpel. He'll chip it up with speed. Here comes Combs through the neutral zone. And that'll set his man offside as one too many moves at the blue line will stop play. Here with 13:03 remaining on the clock. Face off just outside the Whalers zone in front of their bench. Coombs will dig in. As it's one to the wall. Schneier trying to work it back in deep, was unable to. Gauthier will get it at the blue line. He'll send that in. Cope back there for it. He makes a nice move, looking to center. That goes all the way down. Looks like it's going to be an icing as it goes past Gauthier. It'll be an offensive zone draw for the Wolverines once again. Sear was the one who tried to make that centering pass. It was a good attempt. Was just unable to find the marker. So face-off will go to the blocker side of goaltender Blake. Here's Sear. He'll center. And onto the stick. Out comes the Whalers. That'll get dumped in. Good job there by Johnson to make sure he got center to get it in deep. No icing there as they moved up. Sim to Conlon. He overskates that. Conlon outside of his zone. He'll take a ride into the boards. He'll work it up, though, just onside. It's good, but they thought it was off. Puck will get sent in there by Scheer. As that'll be quickly turned around. Out come the Whalers. Taylor to the blue line. He'll go dump and chase. Wayne to it first. He'll play it up the wall to Conlon. That'll find the man Kopech. For Scheer, 2-on-1. Scheer, backdoor pass off the skate. And in behind the net is, that was the best chance so far for the Wolverines. Here's Kopech looking to center. Kopech with the game winner in game 2, I believe, of the playoff to punch the Wolverines ticket for the weekend here as it's quickly worked up for Scheer. Off of his stick, regrouped by the Whalers, up for Bruce on the half wall. He'll look to center, fend on that. Turns it over, sticks with it. Coombs all over him, he'll get it in deep. Schneier off the bench into the action. He'll center in between the feet of Leteria and back to the point. Gauthier down the wall, Coombs centering, and Schneier had his stick tied up, couldn't get the shot away. Leteria retrieving the puck in the corner. He'll cycle. Taylor intercept that up the wall, stepping in, a shot there, finds a man in front. Coombs lets a shot go into the feet of the goaltender Blake as he holds on for a whistle. What a chance there as the Wolverines off to a hot start here against the Whalers. 11:07 remaining here in the opening 15 minutes of action. Still no score, but a good couple chances for the Wolverines. McKay will dig in on the offensive zone draw against McDonald. Here's a chance right off the draw. That save by Blake off of his shoulder. Rebound cleared to the half wall. Harpel on the turnover. Pulling, shooting off the leg of Norton Connor. Chance there off the turnover for Leo Harpel. Just couldn't beat the defenseman in Norton Connor as he tries to play it up the wall. McKay was looking for it on the half wall, was going through his feet at the time as that'll be worked up and chipped in by the Whalers. That's Brown. He'll go give chase. Green will play it up the wall. McDonald trying a quick shot there as he was first to it off the Green cycle as Brown fend on that. That high stick up in the neutral zone will stop play. Face off in the neutral zone, it looks like, as Harpel knocks the puck off the stick of Norton Connors. It's going to be a face-off, I believe, towards the Dartmouth side of the neutral zone, as they were the ones to high stick. It looks like it's going to go to the far side, as Kopech out there to take the draw against Taylor. Tie-up draw. Loosen some feet. Conlon works it up over the blue line. Jared Conlon towards the net. That puck is sent wide to the half wall. Scheer gathers it up. Shear, the first team All-Star, gets that puck in deep onto the stick of Norton Connor, though. He tries to reverse. Kopech intercepts. On the wall, Conlon to the point. Ripley plays it across. Berger lets a shot go. Tipped on and steered away to the wall. Good stick there to work it out was Bruce. Ollie Bruce making sure that got into the neutral zone as the Wolverines quickly back on the attack. Kopech finds Shear trailing. He pulls in a pad save. Blake tries to hold on. He will, as Shear crashed the net looking for the rebound. Good job there by Gordy Blake to make sure his pad stayed down and the puck stayed under it. Face-off will go once again to his blocker side as the top line for the Wolverines is going to stay out. Kopech, Shear, and Conlon seeming to do a lot of the heavy lifting for them as Jared Conlon had 30 points on the season. 61 for Shear. And for Max Kopech, it was a solid 46 points on the season as they look to continue things here in playoffs as that puck up into the Dartmouth bench. It's going to stay inside as the puck was cleared out from inside the Whalers zone. So a face-off back inside the Whalers zone once again. Rutledge on the draw. He'll win that back. Wayne, he'll let a shot go. Steered away by Blake. To the far side, Sim to the point. Schneier tried to get it back down, but that was picked off, and out come the Whalers. Headband pass, Johnson. Good stick there by Lucas Wayne. Schneier overskates that at center ice and just inside the Whalers line. That's fanned on. Schneier finishing his check. Taylor with it, though. He'll play it up the wall, back into the neutral zone. Wayne, he'll take a bump as he clears it up into the bench of the Whalers. There'll be another stoppage of play this time. It's going to go back in front of the Wolverines bench. Quick little storyline for you as you see down there at the bottom of your screen, Felix McDonald on the gate, not playing due to a separated shoulder, but said, hey, I don't want my name scratched off the roster. Put me on the bench. I'll cheer the team on. So a good leadership there for number 34 in black and yellow as that puck will be moved up the far side. Good speed there as it gets stopped up at the line. Rutledge follows it up over the line, and a good stick there by the defenseman was Chisholm breaking that up. The Whalers look to things into the offensive zone. Turned over at the blue line, though. Got to be careful. Chisholm dancing there just outside the line. That'll be played up by Sim. That's Jude Sim, not to get confused with Rye Sims for the Wolverines. That'll be worked up, and out come the Wolverines once again. It's Parker. Nice pass across, finds Harple. McKay driving, a backhand chance there. Rolls wide. McKay, rebound, Parker, over to Harple, they score! Parker tried the one-timer, fanned on it, and the fan one-timer onto the stick of Leo Harple. And the Wolverines have a 1-0 lead. McKay couldn't bury the backdoor chance. He just rolled it wide on his backhand, found the rebound, tried to find Parker for the one-timer. He fanned on it, and following it up as the fan puck ended up right on the stick of Leo Harple. I don't think that's how Parker drew it up, but he'll take it as a primary assist. Ripley right off the draw, lets that shot go. That one rattles high and wide. Berger at the point, down the half wall. Shear had to go over his stick. That'll be cleared out into the neutral zone. Quickly D-to-D and quickly back up. Here comes Shear. One-on-one, pulling, shooting, and a shoulder save by Blake. Steers that away. Conlon spins it back down low for Kopech. Max Kopech, 46 points on the season, works it back. Berger. He'll let a shot go and a pad save by Blake. To the corner, Ripley down low for Kopech. In Gretzky's office and finds Shear and a nice save by Blake. Ripley, good job holding the line once again, trying to get it back down low. Taylor intercepts it. He'll chip it off the glass. Will that have enough for icing as the bouncing puck slowing down, and it'll be waved off. Good call there by the official as Berger could have had enough time to go get it. Is back here quickly. Conlon stops up inside the ringette line. He'll cycle it down low for McKay, who has a primary or secondary assist. Finds Wayne and just over his stick as he tried to let the shot go. Wayne stays in there, keeps the puck low. Reversed up the wall. Wayne on the half wall as he still was tied up. Down low, Norton Connor behind the net. Taylor up the wall. Johnson, good feed as they'll break out smoothly. Here's Andy Chip up over the line. Chip towards the net, and that one steered away by Green. To the far side, out come the Wolverines. McKay tries to break down the wall, was unable to. That puck sent off the stick of the defenseman, Sim, and Wayne back here for it. He'll work it quickly up through the middle of the ice, kicking it out wide for Harpel, who has the goal in this one. So he'll work it down low. Leo Harpel, Zambonidor tied the puck up and quickly up the wall and out. Here come the Whalers. Sim to the red line. He'll chip it in deep. McDonald will go give chase. Williams. Nice move by McDonald. He's centered out in front. Rebound loose. Pat saved by Green. McKay quickly up. Here goes Harpel with a step, but Craig there back in a good defensive position. Craig pressured by Harpel. Snare following it up. He takes the puck off the stick of the man. Here's another chance. Jammed at it there by Rutledge, and Blake holds on for the rebound. And the whistle will go. So if you don't hear any noise for a couple seconds, feeling a little under the weather this week, and I'm sure you don't want to hear me coughing out of your TV speakers at home, so that is why it may go mute for a couple of seconds just to clear my throat as Taylor will pick that puck up. Around the wall, he gets pinched off there. It's turned over the Wolverines center all the way down. It's going to be no icing as the Wolverines was the player who passed it back, trying to find the defenseman. Regrouped and quickly up. Right back over the line. Here come the Wolverines 2-on-2. Snare's going to drive that puck over top of the net to the wall. Good job holding it was Rutledge. So he'll get right back in there as the forward covered for the D-man. Chisholm gathers the loose puck. Trying to work it up into the neutral zone. Schnare off the bench. Turns that over. Ripley trying to center. He's going to skate it and offside at the line. They will go as I think the man was Latieria, who is just one step ahead of the man. So Leo Harpel, the opening goal here in the first game for the Wolverines. Nice move by Shear as he dipsy-doodled one too many times off the skate of the defenseman, and out come the Whalers. Sim to center, trying to get it in. He was hounded from behind. McDonald tried to do the same. They'll work it in. Ripley quickly up. Here's a break. Shear. He's going to have to go one-on-one. He'll let a shot go. That one off the shin pad of Norton Connor. Cycled down low. Conlon spins away from one. Centers. Kopech had it intercepted as he was the intended target. Great back check there. Look at the back check from the captain, Jared Conlon, as he'll head off for the change as he gets mixed up with Sim in behind by the bench. Is up the wall. Nice spin move off there. He'll make some time for himself as Harpel was trying to find the defenseman stepping in. As here's a chance for the Whalers. Outside the blue line. Shot blocked. Another chance. Chip under his skate. Overskated it. Brown knocked off the puck there, and the Wolverines back the other way. Wayne with a step, but a good stick there by LaRue. Takes his speed away. Sim quickly up for Harpel. Down the far side wall, Harpel stops up, shoots, and that one fanned on. He tried to work it back, was unable to, and out. The Whalers will get it. No icing is not enough on it as Wayne's pressured there by Johnson. As he's active with the stick there, LaRue intercepted it, couldn't get it in deep. Harpel at the blue line, turned it over, but quickly here comes Parker. Over the line with McKay. Parker tried to feed it through the seam, was unable to. McKay quickly to the point. Pulling, shooting was Williams off the skate into the corner. Parker to it first though. Wolverine cycling it and looking to maintain some zone time. Here's McKay centering. Parker's shot there is blocked as another chance for Parker, was just unable to get it to the net as that'll get sent around back into the zone. It'll be picked up and wheeled up the ice. Good speed and wheels there by Goches. He'll work it to the half wall. Trying to work it out of there was Lateria. Turns it over to the wall as Ripley holds it back down. He'll cross corner dump to the far side. Craig chipping that up the wall. It's quickly on net. Blake will steer that and leave it for Norton Connor, who plays it up the wall. Berger unable to hold the line. He's going to swing back into the neutral zone. Ripley fakes, finds Rutledge, who chips it wide. Combs will chip it in. Taylor back for it first, pressured by Rutledge, who gets a stick in there. Taylor trying to work it to the wall. Ripley, though, read it, and we'll cycle that back down along the dashboard to the short side. Rutledge there for it first, trying to work it out. I believe is Bruce, as he has it now. Picked up and worked back into the zone by Conlon. D. Conlon heavy on the forecheck there as the Whalers trying to work things out of their zone. Craig trying to stretch things out. Ripley read it. As over on the far side, it's worked D. Ripley up ahead as Sim tried to find the man as Taylor had it go in between his skates. A quick, fast forecheck here for the Wolverines to start the first period. It's about a minute and a half remaining in the first. Is up the wall. Turned over. Craig quickly up over the line. He'll kick it out wide. Will it stay in as Brown, good stick there. As trying to work it back here was McDonald. Sim will get it in deep. Berger back for it. Quickly up the wall. Good stick there by Parker. Kopech will pick that up with some speed. A better stick by Brown to knock that out of the zone on the chance there for the Wolverines. So with 1:05 remaining in the opening 15 minutes of action, a 1-goal lead for the Halifax Wolverines over the Dartmouth Whalers as face-off will go in front of their bench. One back by the Whalers. Work D for Taylor. Taylor up for Taylor. It'll be chipped in. He'll take a ride on the far side. That was Jack Taylor, as Cole Taylor was the one who found him, number 4. As number 9 is Jack, is up into the neutral zone. McKay will get it. He'll turn it over, and Sear will dump that puck right back in deep. Green out to slow it down for the Wolverines. As that puck will be worked to the point. A shot there. Green jumping up. That one over top of the net. As half a minute now remaining in regulation. In the first period. Is over the line. Taylor will chip and chase. He gets held up by McKay. Down low. The Whalers looking to respond here and get something in the offensive zone, but quickly out come the Wolverines. Conlon 2-on-2. He'll cut to the middle. Keep around the far side, centering, and was unable to connect with Scheer. Sear, 2 seconds remaining here on the clock. He looked to kill it off, as he will, and that'll do it for the opening 15 minutes. Halifax with a 1-0 lead over Dartmouth. We'll be back for the second period of action here on High Button Sports in a couple minutes' time. Welcome back here for the second period on High Button Sports. Oblong Crothers is a 1-0 lead for the Halifax Wolverines. As you see a quick top goal scorers for the Halifax Wolverines. Fourth in scoring was Jack Scheer. He had a great season. The younger brother of Will Scheer as we get set for second period of action. Rutledge will win that back for Williams. Gauthier on the hinge back. That'll be worked up the wall. Centered onto the stick, chipped up over the line by Rutledge. It's turned over, and Norton Connors will chip that puck. McDonald has a step. Good though job by Williams as McDonald goes down. He's a little slow to get up as picking up the puck. Brown lets a shot go. That one off the stick. Up and out of play for the first stoppage of the second period. "20 minutes on the clock here for the second period. My mistake, folks, is we'll get set for the first stoppage. A 20-minute period here for the second and a 20-minute period for the third period. A little bit closer to what the U18 level is 3 minutes. So getting them ready for the next level. Just 5 minutes of playing time difference, which could be a huge difference coming down to next season with some of the conditioning of players. How can they compete in the extra 5 minutes? As we'll see how they compete here this weekend as that'll be worked up. Harpel looking for number 2. He stops up. It's turned over and flipped back the other way. Dartmouth looking to use the long change to their advantage. They'll chip that in and peel off for the change. Johnson's going to forecheck. Berger will play it around. Ripley, good breakout there by the Wolverines, touching it and giving it back as Harpel lets a shot go. That one off the shaft of the stick of the goaltender, Gordy Blake, and into the mesh. You saw great support there from the Wolverines on the breakout. They worked it to the wall, found the man back in the middle, and then kicked it right back out, beating the defenseman as trying to work it out. Into the neutral zone was McDougall. Wasn't able to. Kopech picks it up on the half wall towards the net. A big save there by Blake as the puck sat loose. Taylor will pick it up. Cole Taylor, a high flip, and heads up. That almost hit my old teammate Ethan Landry as he ducked down. It went off the back of McKay. As Ethan Landry has a quick chat there with forward Liam Lateria about his last shift. Ethan Landry, one of the very well-known hockey players from Halifax. He's captain of the Valley Junior A Wildcats at the end of his junior career. Also played for the Halifax McDonald's and the ACL Hawks back when they were a team, now the Halifax Wolverines. As here's Sim, a shot on, and a save there by Bruce. That puck will get centered and cleared back. Regrouped by the Wolverines. Conlon covering there for his D-man. He'll take a ride into the boards. Puck in some feet now worked up. Here's a chance. Kopech, 2-on-2. He'll find Shear, pulling, shooting, and that one off the skate of Norton Connors. And back here comes McDougall. Good stick by Ripley, followed up by Sim, who will dump that puck in deep. Green out to stop it up. Berger reversing onto the stick of Ripley. Finds the man on the far side. Here's Shear. Up the wall, off the leg of Coombs. That'll go all the way down. It's going to be an icing call. I thought it might have got a touch there by Coombs, but guess not. I think might have maybe bounced over the stick. So an icing call, an offensive zone draw for the Whalers. As mentioning Landry, the nickname Lambo did not come for no reason. He was one of the fastest players I played against and with. The feet never stopped and the hard work was never a question, as I'm sure he tries to implement that into this young Wolverine squad, as they never played the puck, but they had two guys jump over the boards. Had to be careful there, as how to be centered onto the stick of Shear. Overskates that. Sorry, that was Schnarr. The two last names, very similar. Ripley, nice move as he shimmy shook Brown off of him, and Ripley going to jump up in the rush. Here's Rutledge pulling, shooting that one wide. Ripley, though, on it first. He'll center. Trying to work it out in front. Ripley all the way back down below the goal line. He'll now retreat back to his point. Berger's going to jump in on the wall. Rutledge will send that all the way down. Chisholm to it first for the Whalers. That'll be played up through the middle of the ice, almost, and it is turned over. Here's Parker trying to work it towards the net. Craig turns that away. Gauthier gets that puck back in deep. On the wall, Parker has some support as Harpel tries to dig that puck out. Good support from McDonald. Brown awaits just outside the pile as well, as out comes Harpel with it. Down below the goal line, Harpel centers Parker. Unable to find him, as I believe Craig got a stick in there to disrupt that. Back the other way, Brown to center and into the bench of the Whalers will stop play. So face off outside of the Halifax bench. As I will say, Wolverines had a little bit of a tough start to the year. They brought in the new head coach, Steve Bent, who has turned this team complete 180 into a solid looking team here coming down the stretch. They finished 4th on the season, as that puck will be cleared back up into the mesh. As mentioned, the coaching staff for the Halifax Wolverines, Steve Bent, Ethan Landry to the left of him, and Steve's daughter Kyla coaching out there as well, as Brady Crosley out on the bench for them as well. So a few veterans out there, I guess young veterans I should say. Ben had a solid NCAA career, I believe down in New Hampshire. As that puck held in at the line, just outside, so Rutledge pulling, shooting, and that one just sent wide. Crosley played for the Dartmouth Steel Subaru and I believe for the Halifax Mooseheads. He was always a tough customer to go up against, a pretty good lacrosse player I believe as well. As Coombs will pinch his man off. McDougall tries to fish it out as a 2-on-2 battle on the end wall. Puck pinched up, Sear trying to work it out as well. Coombs comes up with it, center, Snare got a stick on it but shuffled it wide. To the point to Wayne. He'll pull, shoot off the stick and deflected. High stick and Snare will touch it first. Face off will come outside, Matthew Duggan. Another official who played the game for a while. Played for the Landmark Gulls back in the day, I guess now just the Gulls Hockey Club. Played for the Valley Wildcats Junior A, and I believe also the South Shore Lumberjacks in the Junior A division. So good experience out there for the man with the stripes on. As that puck will be chipped up. Johnson, he'll get it in deep. Ripley to it first. He'll settle things behind his net. He'll play it around here for Harpel. Lone goal here so far as Harpel finds the man on the far side. Parker picked up an assist. Parker towards McKay. McKay centered. He also got a point as those three back out there looking for more. To the far side, Berger. Down the wall. McKay, Harpel shot there, and I don't know if he got all of what he wanted on it as Harpel left it there. Quickly back, Harpel for Berger. It's a quick play back. Harpel pulling, shooting, and off the shaft of the stick of Blake once again. Ripley centers off the skate of McKay. Harpel picks it up. He's been all over the ice today. As it's worked down to the corner, Berger out of his reach. Norton Connor spins away from one. Runs into the man there was Harpel as McKay trying to kick it free. Harpel comes up with it. To the point, Berger pokes it past one. Onto the stick of Parker. Poke past Ripley into the neutral zone. To it first is Parker, who chips that right back. Harpel thought about chasing. Decided to change, and Norton Connors up over the red line. That'll be worked in there by Norton Connor, a shot from distance, and Green with a blocker save. Hasn't been tested too much, and it looks like too many players on the ice will be charged to Halifax as McKay is going to head over to serve the 2-minute power play, and it's going to be the first power play of the night for the Dartmouth Whalers. You see a quick look there. Mason Wakeham not in the lineup today, but Jack Taylor is the leading point getters for the Dartmouth Whalers. As we'll see if they can't find a way to get this one tied up as they have a power play. 2 minutes for too many men on the ice. Taylor's shot there is blocked as McKay will serve the too many men penalty as mentioned. Conlon trying to work it out shorthanded. He'll chip that up into some mesh and out of play. It'll stop it, and the faceoff looks like it's going to go just outside of the Wolverine zone as Shear and Conlon will head off for a change. That'll activate Kopech and Parker as McDougall out there with Taylor, excuse me, Brown up front as Craig on the back end with Cole Taylor. Here comes Cole Taylor. He'll slow things down at the red line. He'll play it over for Craig, who stops up at center. Wayne ran into him. Here's Kopech, nice stick. Kopech in a load, short-handed. He shoots it, a big glove save by Blake. What a save there by Blake as he put everything he had into that one. Kopech alone, short-handed, tried to get the 2-goal lead. But a great job by Gordy Blake saying no, sir. It's a short-handed chance for the Wolverines as it's worked here into the neutral zone. Taylor playing it over for Taylor. Jack Taylor drops it for Cole Taylor. Trying to center McDougall. Quickly up for Taylor. Tries to get that in, fanned on it, and Ripley will make no mistake and rip it all the way down. Craig, he'll get his feet moving north. He'll dish it. Taylor quickly across. McDougall just outside the line. He'll work it in. He'll drop it off for Craig at the blue line. Back for Taylor. McDougall. He'll play it across for Taylor. Taylor stops, waits, looks for a lane. He'll shoot that one off the shin pad of Williams to the corner. Combs trying to clear it. Craig is able to hold it. Plays it over for Taylor. Jack Taylor up top for Cole. Cole Taylor shoots. That one blocked by Williams, shaking his hand. That one off of his glove. Another shot there. That one wide to the short side. Williams trying to get it out as he wants to go for a change. He shaking his hand, gives the man a whack behind the play. As that'll get held up by Craig behind the net. Back to full strength we go. Shear shadowing in front of the net. Played up off the skate. McDonald was creeping in behind. He would have got there first, so if it was a hybrid icing, it would have been waved off. One more year for that, and that one would have been no icing as McDonald was sneaking in behind the man. Offensive zone draw, Wolverines digging in. It'll be Kopech as he'll get tossed out of the draw. 11:02 remaining. Shear can't take it. Conlon can. So Conlon, the only forward who's able to take it as the man was kicked out for creeping. As a shot there was blocked on the way through. Here comes McDonald, has numbers momentarily if he can get going. McDonald pinched off. He almost did the splits there. As quickly back, here comes Sim. Sim centers, shot there from Kopech is wide. Shear down low. McDonald contains him to the outside. Up top for Wayne. Pulling, shooting, deflected off a 3-man and into the back of the net. It looks like Kopech gets the last touch on it. And Max Kopech has his first point of the provincials as he continues the hot stick. 2-0 lead here for the Wolverines. As I think Conlon will pick up the assist as he touched it on the way to the net, and I think Lucas Wayne will pick up the secondary. We'll have to wait and see. I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to go. We'll have to wait and hear from the PA announcer here at the Zatzman Sportsplex. So if you're close, folks, come on down, enjoy the action all weekend long as the U15 provincials in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. If you're close, come on down. But hey, if you can't make it, Don't worry, we got all the action for you. Don't miss a minute, all on High Button Sports all weekend long. Myself, James, and Sean on the call all weekend. Lucy will be here Sunday for Championship Sunday as we will bring you all the action. If you cannot make it here from the comfort of your own home or wherever you are, as it's worked up down the far side, Norton Connor takes a ride there from Schneier, who kind of took the worst of it, as it's a chance there. Green with a save as the puck bounced weirdly off the Zamboni door as Rutledge in there supporting. He'll try to work it around. Trying to work it out, Ripley. He comes out with it. Takes his time, waits for some pressure. He'll play it across. Bouncing puck as it was in the air. In over the blue line, just onside. Here's a chance. Rutledge pulling, shooting. That one wide past the glove. Taylor for Norton Connor. Takes a hit there from Harple. Bruce to center. He'll chip it in. Green slows it down. And Ripley reverses. Berger quickly up. Smart play there. McKay one-hands it as he was only able to get the stick and one arm around his Harple and Wolverines. I'll have you on the forecheck, but Brown now back the other way. Finds McDonald, trying to work it wide. McDonald delays, cuts to the middle. McDonald shoots, and a pad save. And Green finds the rebound and holds on. Face off to the glove hand side of Riley. Green hasn't been overly tested, but has had to be sharp when he has been, as a couple good chances for the Whalers as a try off the draw for the little push through. That shot tipped wide off the pad of Green as Conlon centers. Kopech looks for number 2 up over the line. Kopech back. Conlon backdoor. They score. And what a passing play there from the squad in black and yellow to give them a 3-0 lead, as I think that was Lateria who drove the net and finished it off. Liam Lateria picking up his first goal of the Provincials as number 24 gets on the board. What a passing play there. No chance for Gordy Blake as bang, 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 backdoor tap in. Couldn't do nothing about it. And just like that, a 3-0 lead. Kopech's going to pick up his second point of the game on an assist. And Conlon will as well, as they are right back in on the attack. Conlon off the skate. Gauthier steps up. Back down to the ringette line, and the Whalers now with some numbers as Gauthier fell at the blue line. Good back check though as Chisholm tried to center. That one cleared off the glass. Back into the neutral zone. Taylor back for it. Chisholm will open up to the wall. He'll find the man. Good job to get a stick on it was Taylor. He'll chip that in as Williams to it first below the goal line. Good stick by Jack Taylor on the forecheck. As it's pulled out though by Rutledge. Kopech and Conlon going to pick up their second points of the game with a primary and secondary assist, as they were also connecting on the last goal off the bench. That might have been too many men. No, was it? They'll play on as a lot of changing going on there. One guy might have got lost as Johnson overskates it. Rutledge trying to center that puck to the blue line, and good stick by Andy Chip to work it out. Crossed in over the line now. Norton Connor chipping it up off the glass. Chip finishes his check on Wayne, who has a assist in this one as he works it back. Taylor up the wall, trying to connect with Chip all the way down. Icing call against the Whalers. Face off, won by Harple, a shot there and a pad save by Blake. Puck kicks off a couple skates, head into the corner. Big hit there, turned over, Harple waits, drops it down up top for Sim. Sim finds Harple, good support there. INF3 was Harple as he'll be taking this one-on-one back the other way. I guess 2-on-2 is pulling, shooting, high pass Green off the stick of Andy Chip. So Wolverines to center will chip and chase. McKay on Craig, down low. That'll be pinned up on the wall. Craig trying to work it out, the big defenseman. It's turned over though, Parker to the point. Ripley pulling, shooting just wide. Clearing attempt, held by Berger. He'll walk, shoot, and a pad save by Blake. Conley steers that to the corner. Ripley looking for it. There's a bouncing puck down below the goal line. Craig will come up with it. Chip back up into the neutral zone. Johnson runs into Kopech up at center ice. Berger, though, back for it. 3 forwards changing for the Whalers on the long change. Craig read it, and a chance here. 3-on-2. Craig lets a distance shot go and steered into the corner. Good job there by Green as it's played back here for Craig. A shot there, another test, and a nice save there. I think that went off the outside of the net. Is that puck loose in front? They try to bang it home, and the Whalers thought they had one, but Green was able to keep it out. As that's been the Whalers' best opportunity to get on the board here in this one. So McDonald will dig in here, offensive zone draw. He's gonna try another push play, was unable to get it through, and that puck off the glass. Burke was able to hold it momentarily, but here's a chance for Shear down the wall. Backdoor Kopech, he scores. Have yourself an evening, Mr. Number 22, Max Kopech. His 3rd point, 2nd goal of the game. And the Wolverines lead by 4. As Kopech might have been a little tired, was going to go for a change. He's going to stay out instead. So he'll be out there to take the draw with Lateria and Shear. Here's Kopech. He'll kick it out wide for Shear. Shear pulls around one, back outside. Shear from his knees to his feet, sticks with it. Shear kicks it back to the point. How'd he keep that puck? It was like it was on a string. Cross for Williams, a shot there and a blocker save. Lateria down below the goal line. He'll kick it back up for Williams. Luke Williams back down the half wall. Lateria finds a man in the middle. Sim shot, scores! Rias Sim make it 5-0 Wolverines. Lateria will pick up his 2nd assist on that one, as he was the one that dished it out. And just like that, 5-0 the score here. We'll see Dartmouth's going to take a timeout. So we'll be back here in 30 seconds time. I'll catch my breath. Welcome back here as there's 5:20 remaining here on the clock in the 2nd period of action. The Dartmouth Whalers calling their 32nd timeout, trying to settle things down here as Kopech, Shear, and Williams on the 4th goal. Lateria and Kopech. He's going to pick up his 4th point of the game. As Lateria picking up his 2nd point, or sorry, his 3rd point. So some big Knights here for the team in black and yellow is a rim play there off the draw. Craig trying to tie up Coombs. He'll find a way to turn it over. Chip will chip that all the way down. Will it have enough for icing? Is it slowing down? And no icing as Rutledge to it before the goal line. It'll be played around to the wall. Coombs was unable to get there first. LaRue is going to be called for, or no, it won't be LaRue. He took the penalty, a head contact call. Looks like it will be going to Williams as his hands must have got up a little high there on LaRue. Power play for the Whalers is a 2-minute head contact call. So with 4:41, a power play for the Whalers, trying to get something on the board and find a way to beat Riley Green. Here is Taylor on the draw against Parker. They'll battle for it as the puck in the feet. Work back to the point. Cole Taylor down the wall, spins away. Creates some time for himself. He'll sauce it across for Jack Taylor. On his backhand, Taylor stops once again. Kicks it to the point. Craig for Taylor. Cross ice pass for Taylor. This is Cole Taylor. Down low. Chance there as McDougall trying a sharp angle shot. McDougall back up top for Cole Taylor. Stops. Pressured. Spins it across out of the reach of Craig. As Jack Taylor mishandled that into the neutral zone. Craig, nice little open up fake there as he'll work it back in over the line. Craig kicks it to the outside. He waits. He'll kick it across up to the middle. Here's Taylor. Shot there. Rebound. Cleared away. Puck still bouncing though as Harple will come out with it. Slowing things down here. Wait for some pressure. Trying to kill off as much time as he can. Here's Leo Harple. A shot there sent wide. As he looks for a shorthanded goal. Coombs tried to hold in his feet there on the far side, but snuck out past him, and the Whalers look to set things back up here in the offensive zone as they're still in the power play. Brown down the wall, stopping, kicking it up top for Taylor. To the middle, and that puck will squirt outside the zone. It'll force Taylor back once again. Drops it for Craig. Up for McDougall. McDougall steps around one. Now he'll get his feet moving north. McDougall to the outside. Nice speed here by McDougall. Centering back door, a chance, and what a save. Riley Green getting his glove up and knocking that puck up over top of the net. Here's Craig. Waits, drops. And now back to 5-on-5 action. Power play all done. Able to find the back of the net there. It's back to 5-on-5. Here's Shear. Up off the boards, into the neutral zone. That'll spring snare. Has a man with him, a shot there, and Blake will hold on in between his pads. Max Kopech will dig in here, has Shear and Conlon out with him. That'll be one back. Berger switching with Williams. Berger down the wall for Kopech. Has, I think, 4 points on the game here so far. Conlon spins away from Sear. Again, Sear. Back up top for Berger. He'll walk. Back for Conlon. Shot there, sent wide. Over to the far side. Shear for Williams. Up top for Berger. Stops. Finds the man, trying to find the man. It's picked off now. Here's a chance. McDougall in alone. McDougall shoots, scores. McDougall opens the scoring for the Whalers on a nice little breakaway. Chip shot over the glove of Riley Green. And Jack McDougall has the first goal of the game for the Dartmouth Whalers, with 1:46 seconds remaining on the clock in the second period. So that'll cut the lead down to 4. Hopefully heading into the third and final period, we'll have to wait and see. as a crucial minute 45 here remaining on the clock. Towards the net and held on to by Blake. So Jack Taylor, one of the leading point getters for the Dartmouth Whalers this season, will pick up a primary assist on that as he had a great pass onto the stick of Jack McDougall for the breakaway. As the Whalers looking to respond with another one after their timeout they called after going down 5-0. Here in the second period, Wayne will kick it wide. Back over the line, the Wolverines attack though. Towards the back door, rebound still loose. Trying to bang it home was McKay. That puck will squirt back to the point. Wayne, he'll let a shot go. That one deflects off the post in between the legs. It kicked off the post, back up between the legs. Blake leaned back and secured it between his feet as Lucas Wayne almost regaining the 5-goal lead here late in this second period. As the face-off will go to the glove hand side. Harple will dig in on the draw. One back, McKay shot there. Williams steps in, that one goes wide. There's a couple chances there off the draw as Harple once again turns the puck over. Leo Harple been a dog on the bone out there here this evening as he'll work it up the wall. Parker back down for Harple, overskates that, McKay to it, back for Harple. Leo Harple started the scoring in the first period, and it's just been a menace here for against Dartmouth. As that puck centered, rebound, Blake with the pad save, another chance, McKay trying to push it home, cleared back to the point, Harple shot, blocker save, once again, rebound, Parker, it's blocked, another chance, Parker, block shot by Chisholm. Parker had 3 or 4 shots there. They were blocked or saved as that one up the wall. Held at the line, or wasn't able to hold it as they'll have some time to regroup. Back here's Brown at center. He'll chip it in. Shear with 10 seconds remaining. One last rush here for number 16 is back over the line. Pulling, shooting off the pad, rebound, and that'll do it for 20 minutes of the second period. A 5-1 lead for the Wolverines heading into the third. We'll be back here for the third period on High Button Sports in about 10 minutes' time. And welcome back, folks, for the third and potential final period of regulation action here between the Dartmouth Whalers and the Halifax Wolverines. Halifax with a 5-1 lead here going into this third period. 20 minutes on the clock. Matt Duggan drops the puck and we're underway here inside the Zatzman Sportsplex for the third period between the fourth place after the regular season finish. That was the Wolverines, and the 10th place Whalers after the regular season. Whalers, the host team, getting a bye here. 2 provincials as it's worked back here. Sheer shot there and a chance. Good stick by Norton. Didn't allow that to get to the net, as that puck will be sent back into the neutral zone by the Wolverines. They'll regroup. The ice a little sticky out there. Still a little wet from the Zamboni, but the boys are making sure the puck is quickly and firmly getting moved here to start the period off, as it'll be worked up. Conlon protecting below the goal line. Jared Conlon, the captain for the Wolverines, will cycle it for Kopech. Kopech has led the way here today for the Wolverines. I think he's got 4 points and a big hit there by Shear, finishing his check as he'll head off for the change. As the Whalers look to get on the forecheck. Chip down low, trying to work it back as he's on the wall. Cycled down low for Brown. Or sorry, that's Johnson. Johnson, he'll spin that on the cycle, but no one down there, as all 3 forwards for the Whalers are going to peel off for the change that'll allow the Wolverines to break out freely. Harpel, who started the scoring with a step. Harpel shoots, and a save by Blake. Steered away by Craig to the wall. McKay had to go off of his stick. If there's a step there for Sim, he almost had a break, but Harpel quickly over the line. Harpel gets tied up, sticks with it. Harpel shoots, rebound loose. McKay couldn't find it as it was in his feet. McDonald picking it up below the goal line. He'll play it up the wall. McDonald running into the man. That's Parker off the half wall. He shoots, and in the underneath the pad of Blake as he'll hold on for the whistle. Couple good chances for the Wolverines, as Max Kopech has 2 goals and I believe 2 assists. And another one, Liam Lateria, I believe, has a goal and 2 assists. So those 2 leading the way here. But I just got to say the performance of Leo Harpel tonight has been exceptional. He's done it all over the ice. He probably has 6 shot opportunities. He's been heavy on the forecheck and solid here for the Wolverines as it's chipped in by Schneier. A big roster here for the Wolverines. A lot of their players a little bit bigger in size than the Whalers, as they've had a couple tough periods. The Whalers look to bounce back here in the third. They trail by 4. It'll be gloved down, work back. Chisholm will poke it over for Burke. Up ahead for McDonald. Off of his backhand, that'll roll in. Him and Sim are going to battle on the end wall. McDonald comes up with it. Good forecheck there by McDonald, who's had quite a start to this provincials, tying his season total of 2 points on the regular season just in one game. Here's a delayed call upcoming. Whalers are going to head back to the power play as it's touched up. It's going to be a holding a stick call. We'll see on who, if it's Williams or Lateria, and it will be Lateria too for holding the stick. He has some words there for the referee saying he thought he got high sticked as he was pointing to his chin. No call there on the high stick. They'll play 5-on-4 here. Kopech and Harpel out to start the kill as they had last change due to home ice advantage being the higher seed in the tournament. As off the draw, one back, Craig. dangerously across the blue line and now out. Craig pressured Kopech. He's also been a dog on the bone, so is Leo Harpel. As Craig's gonna play it back. Kopech works it in. Kopech to his forehand, shoots. That one just wide. Max Kopech looking for a shorty, and so is Leo Harpel as he gets it back in on the forecheck. Craig, he'll take his time. Looking up ice for an option. Henry Craig will find the man on the short side. That's Taylor. It's going to go back down, and Wayne this time's going to forecheck. The defenseman in there. As they'll have to try to cover for him as Lucas Wayne, 200 feet from his net, killing off some time here on the PK. Taylor sauces that over for Craig. Craig tries to center. Parker intercepts and will dump it right back down onto Blake. A great kill here so far as they've killed off the first minute of the power play for the Whalers. Craig kicks to Chip. Chip cuts to the middle. Chip now with some speed through the neutral zone. Chip will chip and chase. Down low, one-on-one against Parker. He goes into the wall. Puck squirts out to the point. Norton Connors backhands it down for Brown. Off of his backhand, clearing attempt off the skate just outside the zone. Norton Connor back for Taylor. Cole Taylor surveys. Up for Brown. Brown trying to work it in, turns it over. McKay turns it back and will chip it in and peel off for the change. Out come the Whalers. Just outside the blue line, Taylor trying to work it in. Sim following it up, sticking with it. Here's a chance, Sim. McDonald's shot there is blocked by Williams. Moments away, back from being 5-on-5. McDonald spinning shot gets deflected wide. Sim out in front. McDonald was there, but it got intercepted, and out comes Williams with some numbers. Leteria out of the box, kicks it wide for him. He'll drive it down below the goal line. He gets pinched off in the corner there by Norton Connors. Norton Connors plays it over for his defenseman. That's Burke, who's going to go all the way down. It's going to be an icing call charged against the Whalers. 14:08 remaining as Sim's going to have to go back out as unable to change on the icing call. The face-off will go to the glove hand side of Blake. Gordy Blake getting the start here. He's allowed 5 goals. I'll be curious to see what the shots are as he's seen quite a few. As that puck will be turned over on the half wall. Quickly though, Max Kopech getting it back in deep. Taylor, high flip, good job by Shear to knock it down. Hand to stick, Shear trying to stick handle through a couple sticks there to the wall. Shear will flip it back down the wall. McDonald trying to cut it out. Almost ran into Shear there. It'll be held at the line. Sim with a shot there from distance. Rebound off the end wall. Shear trying to bang it home as he goes into the boards awkwardly as Sim finishes check on him. We'll have to make sure there's nothing as a retaliation there and behind the play as it'll be worked up. Delayed call. Wolverines are going to head to the power play as Kopech far side dropping it back. Wayne's going to regroup. Shear smartly not taking a retaliation penalty as he got hit in the numbers. And it's right here. Back on the attack, the Wolverines find Shear. Shear for Wayne. He shoots that one off the outside of the bar. Sim cycles down low. Kopech almost overskates it. Still with it. Kopech somehow gets it to the point. Sim holds for Wayne. Lucas Wayne shot there, steered away by Blake, and Taylor finally touches up. And it's going to be a boarding call, I'm sure, but the officials will have a quick chat about it. As I'm sure they don't want to give the check it from behind call into the game 1 of the provincials. I guess game 2 for Dartmouth, but game 1 for Halifax, as I'm sure they want to play the full series, unless it's very, very, very egregious or intentional. I wouldn't suspect we'd see too many suspensions, but hey, I've been proven wrong before, as that'll be cleared all the way down. as I believe actually my younger brother was suspended in provincials at the U15 level 1 year, so a little bit of a coincidental, I guess, kind of thing there. As it'll be held down. Harple on the wall. Spins it back up for Ripley. He'll pull. Shoot, it's blocked. Good job by Taylor. Quickly back up. The Wolverines trying to work it in over the zone. Parker overskated it. Williams gathers it up, tries to find the man on the far side. Goes back for Ripley. Ripley up for Harple. Harple just held up offside, as it's going to be another face-off outside of the Whalers zone. Good kill here so far for the Dartmouth Whalers, as they killed off 54 seconds so far of the 2 minutes. Face-off, one and work D to D. Back in up, Sim. He'll play it over for Wayne. Stops, down low. Kopech for Wayne up top. Lucas Wayne for Max Kopech. Walking in, down low. It'll be kicked for Shear. Looking for an option. Conlon's out front. Kopech up top for Wayne. Cross for Sim. Sim for Wayne. He'll let a shot go. Tipped. Rebound in front of the net. Norton Connor couldn't clear as Conlon in there to disrupt that. He'll get to it down low for Kopech. Up top for Wayne. Wayne's going to pull. Pass it over. Short side. Sim back door. Finds Kopech sneaking in. Backdoor chance. Conlon couldn't smack it home as he was alone on the back door. Had a good stick though. I guess I shouldn't say alone, as he was right there was Norton Connor to disrupt it. Wayne pressured out by McDougall, the lone goal scorer for the Dartmouth Whalers, as that'll do it for the power play as the Whalers kill off the first Wolverines power play. As here comes Brown on the turnover, pulling, shooting, and that one is wide. Heads up. Schneier ran into Sim as he's out of the box. He chips to the middle, trying to work it in. They just able to stay on side as Sim turns it over. Back, here comes Schneier. Schneier to the middle, nice move around one. Schneier's gonna work it back outside. Schneier to Combs. Combs to the point. Berger quickly across for Ripley. Jack Ripley's shot is tipped up and into the mesh, out of play. McKay, he'll dig in on the draw. It's one back to Ripley. Back for McKay. Down low, Lateria. And a good stick there by Craig to break that centering attempt up. Leo Harple trying to work it over top of the circles. Good stick there by Johnson. He's going to elect to get it back to the point. Ripley lets his shot go. That one off the stick of McKay and wide. Into the corner. Lateria and McKay in there. Harple's going to back out of the equation. Onto the stick, Leo Harple shot there. And wide to the far side for Jack Ripley. Up in the air, glove to stick to his backhand. McKay finds Berger. He'll let a shot go, and a block there by Chisholm. Lateria up with the loose puck. To the point for Berger. He'll pull, pass it over. Ripley's shot goes off the shaft of the stick. LaRue trying to work it out, but good job by Jack Ripley to read it, and he'll get it back in deep for Lateria, who has 3 points on the game. Nice little move down there. He tries to center as Harple out there once again all over the puck, as that'll be flipped up through the middle of the ice. Trickling down, not enough for icing. Henry Berger back on it first. Quickly up as it'll be weaved through the neutral zone here by Rutledge. Rutledge with some speed. He'll go 1-on-2 to his backhand. Slow things down for Gauthier. Walks to the middle. Shot there. Off a stick and wide. Combs to the far side. Up top, Williams bouncing puck. Good hold. Back down, Coombs had it knocked off of his stick, and Sear up with the loose puck. Sear gets pinched off on the wall there by Coombs as it's turned over. Schneier lets a shot go. Fanned on another chance. It's blocked. And finally finds its way on to Blake. Quick late line change there, so we'll allow the centerman to stay in, as Halifax did have the last change of, I guess, each play. As the home team is a shot there, blocked. Here's another chance. Down low, a shot off the angle. Another chance, Green up big. As that found the crest of the Halifax Wolverine logo. As Burke, McDougall, and Bruce were looking for the second goal for the Whalers. As they'll peel off, head off for a change. It'll activate McDonald, Sim, and Brown, Taylor, and Craig on the back end for this offensive zone draw. That'll be rimmed around to the far side. Conlon trying to chip it up for Kopech. Somehow able to stay on side, but back the other way. Here comes McDonald trying to dipsy doodle. Wayne just going to try to eliminate him using his body. Brown turns it over. Conlon turns it right back, though, over to the Whalers, and Conlon gets it back and out. McDonald intercepts outside the red line and chips it back. As pinball here. Back and forth between the turnovers. As the puck will be settled down by the Wolverines. Lucas Wayne is going to step up and find Conlon with a step. Conlon, he'll take middle of the ice. He'll let a shot go. It's blocked over to the far side. Kopech up the wall. Conlon thought Williams was there, but he was coming off the bench for a change, so he'll have to regroup. Gauthier trying to dump it in. Fanned on it. Puck bouncing along in front of us. Here up at center ice as it's worked back. Gauthier on the loose puck. Quickly for Schneier, controlling it over the line, not offside. Shot there is blocked, and Taylor picks that up. Trying to cut to the middle, turns it over. Coombs, oh, and that hit. Could have been up high there as that one got elevated by the chin. No call, they'll play on as this is playoff style hockey, so letting the players dictate how that one, or this game gets decided. Is back over the line. Coombs seems all right. Tries to find the man back door. Intercepted Rutledge. Tried to let one go. Good defensive stick there by Craig. As him and Taylor out there. Cole Taylor and Henry Craig on the back end. As here through the neutral zone. Harpel. Got to be careful there. The blue line, it sometimes will sneak up and grab you as Harpel blew a tire coming in over the line. As he has it down low. Centering, good stick there by Craig. That one cleared up into the mesh. Will stop play. Face-off will stay inside the Whalers zone. As just under 6 minutes remaining here in the regulation. It'll be an offensive zone draw once again. It'll be Rutledge this time, though, for the Wolverines, trying to win it back. It's to the wall and to the point. Ripley trying to get it back down low, goes off a skate, and the Whalers break things out. LaRue tried to step through, but wasn't able to, and back now with it is Ripley, using his net for protection. He'll try to cut up through the middle. He'll find Coombs down the far side, and an offside as Schneier just one step in on the short side. Offside the call. Schneier thought he held up long enough. And the official saw it otherwise, and an offside charged to the Wolverines. That was a good chance for them. They look to try to get their 5-goal lead back as a 5-1 lead, as they once led by a score of 5-0. A breakaway goal, though, for McDougall. Later on in the second period, got them on the board, but they haven't really been able to get things back in that offensive zone here much this period. As Kopech works in, shot there, and Blake up big once again with a pad save. Berger walking, pulling, shooting, that one wide past the glove hand side to the far side where Brown will take his time and look for an option up ice. He'll find Sim. He'll quickly over. McDonald, inside, outside move. Good job by Ripley, keeping him to the defensive side, not letting him get in between him and the net. As Brown tried to wrap around, but was unable to control the puck all the way through it. As it's played over for Sear. He lets a shot go. It's deflected. Rebound loose. Another chance. Brown trying to shove it home. Still loose, and Green able to find it through the scramble in front and hold on for the whistle. Face off to the blocker side. It's one back. A shot on. Rebound still loose. Green looking for it. And that'll be cleared out by the Wolverines. It's going to go all the way down. It'll be an icing call. Charged against them. It'll be back-to-back offensive zone draws here for the Whalers. We'll see if they don't have a play or something maybe drawn up here, trying to cut the lead down at least to 3. I know we're coming down to crunch time. There's only 4:19 remaining here in the period. Be tough, but I wouldn't say it's impossible. It's going to take about a goal a minute as the Whalers trying to come back here on home ice, as they are the host team here for the 2026 U15 Provincials. As it's worked down below the goal line by the Whalers. That's Taylor trying to dig it out. It's worked over, though, for Gauthier. Gauthier, nice job delaying. He finds Coombs up through the middle. Coombs for Schneier with a step wide. He tried to get a shot off, but a good stick there by Cole Taylor to disrupt that puck. Puck clear back all the way quickly. Back, here's a chance. Schneier centering, and that puck didn't connect cleanly, and back into the neutral zone. It'll be collected by Ripley. Ripley waits, gets center, and more as he'll work it in. Sear, good defensive play there. Ripley on the back check, sticking with it. McKay as well, disrupting the puck, but up with it was Sear. Down the wall, Sear trying to get it in deep. He'll only get it to the red line, ringette line, as that's where Berger will control. He'll work it D to D, and Harpel and McKay quickly back up on the attack. Dropped off. Parker's shot there that time. He didn't fed on that, and a glove save held on to there by Gordy Blake. Scheer, he'll dig in. On the draw, he has Kopech and Conlon. Scheer looks like he's going to push forward on the draw. No, he'll win it back. Kopech pulling, shooting. It's blocked. Berger will cycle it down for Kopech on the half wall. Max Kopech turns it over. Berger steps in and holds. Scheer, half wall, centers. Conlon's shot, and a pad save by Blake. Down low, Scheer trying to spin away from two, finds Conlon. Conlon out front trying to find Berger off a skate back to the point. Held in, down the wall. Kopech centers. It's picked off by Craig. He'll reverse right back onto the stick of Max Kopech. Backdoor chance onto the stick of Craig, though. Once again, Craig disrupting Kopech's pass to the point. And that'll be snuck out of the zone as Sim gets tied up in behind with Ripley. As here's a chance in tight. Brown elevates, snipes it, bar down. And Brown has a second goal for the Whalers, but is it a little bit too late? Alexander Brown rips it point blank in front on Riley Green, bar down, and the Whalers bring it within 5-2. .207 remaining on the clock here. Alexander Brown bringing them within 3. 2:07 though remaining clock. Not on the Whalers' side of favors, I guess you could say here, as it's sent in. Chisholm plays it over for Taylor. Jude Sim will pick up an assist. Backdoor chance, Rutledge had his stick tied up. To the point, Wayne. He'll shoot. Tipped on, they score. Coombs with a great deflection in front, and the puck slides slowly past the pad And just like that, the 4-goal lead is restored for Halifax off a great tip from number 61, Grady Coombs. Back to center ice, 6-2 now the score. As Dartmouth looks to get back on the attack, Taylor tries to split through, couldn't. As Coombs, the most recent goal scorer, will get that into the neutral zone where the Whalers regroup. Up the wall, intercepted Williams, just back on side as Schneier was able to get back in time. Shot off the pad, and that'll be cleared out of harm's way by Taylor. Lucas Wayne and Austin Rutledge picking up assists. One-timer shot on and a big save as McKay. That is pocket pick robbery there by Gordy Blake. Lateria, they'll play that across. Walking in, shooting. That one was Gauthier, let that hard shot go for the point. Back to Ripley. Smartly back down along the end wall for Harple. Quickly for McDougall. Great back check and that is pocket pick right there. McKay and a shot there from Harple. What a back check there from number 44, Lachlan McKay. To pick that off. And I said he got pocket robbed, but he just picked someone's pocket there himself. And with 30 seconds remaining here on the clock in regulation, it's going to be looks like a victory for the Wolverines over the Whalers. A hard-fought battle, but the Wolverines coming out victorious here over the host squad. So here's a shot there, a pad save. It's time winding down, 10 seconds. Wolverines still looking for more. They said we haven't had enough, as they've come out here in their first game of the Provincials with a commanding 6-2 lead over the Dartmouth Whalers. Riley Green will pick up the win here in game one. Gordy Blake will fall to 0-2 on the tournament, and Riley Green moves to 1-0. And so do the Halifax Wolverines. Thanks for tuning in here on High Button Sports. I'm Logan Carruthers. It'll leave you with the player of the game ceremony. But for me, I guess I'll say that's all, and have a good one, folks.
And now, the Player of the Game Awards. For the Dartmouth Whalers, number 1, Gordy Black.
Gordy Black picking up the player of the game for the Dartmouth Whalers. A heck of a game between the pipes. Unfortunate outcome, but still had a few big saves.
Number 19, Reese Sim.
Reese Sim going to pick up the player of the game award for the Halifax Wolverines, as he had a solid night on the back end for the team in black and yellow. But for High Button Sports, I'm Logan Carruthers. That will do it here for day one of the 2026 U15 Major Provincials. We'll see you all tomorrow, folks.